So I've got 3 quick tips for you for dealing with children during family worship, particularly small children. Now, the first one is, and it seems simple enough, have the child sit with a parent. So you have a really little child, like we have a 3-year-old, and while the reading is happening, she will usually sit with a parent. Pretty much every single time she'll sit with one of the parents. Sometimes she'll sit with a sibling, but she sits with either me or my wife during family worship. Second bit of advice for small children during family worship is to expect them to be obedient. Most children, if you were to sit them down in front of a TV show or a movie or a game or something like that, they'll sit there. And they'll sit there glued to a screen for time immemorial. Okay? Which means you can expect them to sit during family worship. You can expect them to not get up and walk around. You can expect them to sit quietly. And this is great training for them for when it comes time for them to sit in church. So you don't have to send them off to a nursery or something like that. You can have them trained to sit. So the first bit of advice was have them sit with a parent. The second bit of advice, the one I'm trying to get across now, is expect them to behave. Expect them, have an expectation, and understand, knowing their history, that they are able to sit there. And the third bit of advice is keep it short. If you've got really little kids, and I know that might seem contradictory, but we're not purposefully trying to tax the children. We're not purposefully trying to burden the children. We can understand their frailty, and we can measure out to them the truth as they're able to handle it. In particular, when, and this doesn't go for necessarily we little children, but in particular, if you have children, let's say 7, 8, 9 and under, your family worship should probably be mostly centering on the narratives of Scripture. So some kind of Bible story or an explanation of a Bible story or a commentary on a Bible story. And that's because children, when they're younger, don't deal in abstract concepts as much, but they can follow a story pretty well. So those are bits of advice for you. If you've got really small kids, have them sit with a parent, expect them to behave, keep it short, center or surround things on narratives. So I hope this helps you. And if you want a more full explanation on family worship, I've got a video on how to do family worship, which is a more full-length tutorial when we get into a whole bunch of details. So with that, I'll let you go, and I do wish you well.